This is a 444 reading in store for you for this April 4th, 2024 portal. So this is channeled energy, and I bring in my higher self. I quantum in with the energy of Aphrodite, the goddess of love, and let's just see what comes through. So the first thing I see is the Trinity. We have 3 4s, and this is like the mother, maiden, or crone, the triple goddess, or the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. So we're integrating a lot within ourselves. What this 444 represents is lessons learned through our traumas. And there's a lot of healing, a lot of trauma healing that's happening. A lot of people are waking up to, oh, this isn't just about me. I'm not an idiot. It's ancient stuff. It is collective stuff. It's familial, family, ancestral patterns that have built up over generations in my DNA. It's not my fault. It's just time to take care of it. When you look at any Trinity, you've actually got 4 parts because you have 1 plus 1 plus 1. You got the 3, but then you have the unity, the unification of the 3 different parts. This 444 triple goddess energy enters the mother, the maiden, and the crone, the 3 archetypes. The maiden, she is the divine daughter, her pure innocence. She is not aware of her power quite yet, but she's also not aware of her limits. So she is that magical inner child. It's time to do some inner child healing, of course. And then with the mother, we are honoring what we can create, whether it be biological children or it be a business, a purpose, a mission, a relationship. The goddess, mother goddess archetype represents our ability to create, birth, express. And then with the crone, we're tapping into our crown, into our queen, into our coronated spiritual abilities, our ability to channel, our ability to create beyond the 3D matrix of the material plane. You could say that the mother represents the matter, the material plane. The grandmother or the crone is the coronated spiritual wisdom. And the maiden is more like the unaware spirit, the spirit that has just come to earth, descended, forgotten about his or her limits, who's here to rise and learn how to be an adult, that mother archetype. And this Trinity comes together to bond as one. And when we become masters at all 3 of these, we become superpower superheroes or super heroines. And you can see with this Trinity, 4 times 3 or 4 plus 4 plus 4, you do get the number 12. And 12 is where we see the 12 months of the year. You get all 12 signs in the zodiac. So there's sort of a completion cycle or a wheel of time energy where there's all kinds of integrations happening in our lives, in our bloodlines, energy from great grandparents healing us, as well as we're reaching up to the stars for our future generations. Now I have a complimentary PDF called the 12 Archetypes of Aphrodite. Archetypes are an incredibly empowering way to work with our energy, especially the divine feminine energy when we work with the goddess of love. Whether you're learning how to integrate your inner mother archetype, maybe even your murderess or your sacred whore or your divine daughter. There's so many different pieces and parts of ourselves in somatic healing. Sometimes we call it parts work, where we maybe have a very angry part that is afraid to come out. And we also have a very naive part, or we have a part that wants to leave this person. We have a part that doesn't want to leave that person. So the archetypes help us create space for all of the parts and have them work together. And what I love about the archetypes of Aphrodite, oh my goddess, Venus sister, there's also power in working with archetypes because it's what we are all made up of. The archetypes of Aphrodite align with the 12 zodiac signs. They also align with the phases in alchemy, the Sephirot in the Kabbalah, with the chakras. We see the number 12 quite a lot, and it's helpful when we look at parts of ourselves in 12. So check out the Archetypes of Aphrodite. I will put in the description box in this video a way for you to download it for free. This high value ebook contains information about how to work with your archetypes of Aphrodite and to become a more powered, divine feminine leader. We are really looking at a lot of deep forgiveness towards the father, a lot of father wounds healing. A lot of us were very heartbroken by fatherly figures, either our own fathers, our founding fathers who took lands that were not really owned by them, but went into accords that were quite oppressive. But what there really is this incredible ownership of like, I am the father, and wherever was blaming, pointing fingers at other figures, I can really figure this out on my own, or I can come into a sacred union with my father and see it as my shadow, see it as my inspiration, whether you had someone that was inspiring as a father figure, or if there's something left to be healed or inspired by, then you get to be that healing, that inspiration. This isn't about stepping into a sort of superhero masculine. It's really about surrendering into the Christ consciousness, into who we eternally are. We already have everything inside of us. And what I mean by that is we have codes that we can tap into. Remember, we can reawaken ancient parts of ourselves that have already been here, have already done this, have already learned this lesson. So while it looks like you're currently leading your current lifetime, you're actually living every Akashic record that's ever been lived by all through your own experience. So you get to make mistakes, feel like a new baby, but actually what's happening is you are getting an opportunity to write a new script for yourself, and you are full of surprises, twists and turns, and you get to write your own story. This is exciting. Now, the part that feels less than exciting, less than appetizing is this old residue of ancient trauma, and that's coming up through our systems, a collapse in our economies, a collapse in our nervous systems, PTSD. A lot of people experiencing that, complex PTSD, ADHD. A lot of issues in our tissues are coming out. And this is quite frustrating at this time. It's quite alarming. Like, I have to deal with more. There's more layers here. I just want to live my life. I want to relax. We've got wars breaking out and diseases breaking out, but we're also so resilient. We have strong systems, immune systems within ourselves. But one of the secrets to resilience is that we don't need to push. We don't need to take 1,000,000 antibiotics and fight. We can actually lean more into our feminine energy at this time. And so in order to do that, I'm going to see that we will need to do some heart chakra healing. We have a broken heart, especially held in the womb of the feminine, where everything is one. But from a certain perspective, the divine feminine goddess energies on this planet and also in our galaxy have been holding sort of a single mother type of energy, an abandoned wife, a heartbroken woman type of energy. So this 444 day, this is like a super powered portal of energy, allowing for you to unconditionally love and accept your trauma, to have a super warrior or warrioress spirit and being able to hold trauma. It's a great date for you to schedule a session with a trauma healer or to meditate. And so that's where it's our job to be like parents or daycare babysitters and check in with our bodies and go like, hey, what's going on here? How are you doing? Because we don't know what we don't know. But if we start poking around in where the storage device is, which is our bodies hold the trauma. Our bodies are made of 70% water. Water stores memory of the ancient floods of Atlantis, memories of our early childhood, memories of whatever's in our epigenetics. It's pretty magical. So scanning your body, feeling in, doing the things that help you feel safe, releasing old memories through journaling, working with therapists, etc. This is the time to do that. Here's the thing. The secret to mending your broken nervous system, or to heal your health issue, or to heal your financial systems, or to heal any type of distortion in your universe, YO universe or the universe, is to come back into love. So the love frequency is what brings us back into being able to sort of cheat on the test. You get access to the divine answers, to the higher self. You instantly know the hacks of the universe when you fall into love. Not lusty love, not losing yourself, being in love with some projection, but actually tapping into Christ force love. So how do we do this? How do we embody love like Jesus did, like Mary Magdalene did, like the ancients did? Well, it is actually feeling the pain too. It is actually allowing the heavy stuff to become alchemized by the love, not loving with the brakes on. there's this energy of patience and relax and ease into your relationship. Warm the feminine up. That could be like having a gentle conversation with your lover instead of coming from the reptilian brain and being, how are you? How was your day at work? Or let's jump into bed. Like, there is this subtle, patient energy that's wanting to come through the heart chakra. So some of us tend to be fast action takers because we were rewarded for that in school. We were rewarded that in our corporate jobs or our businesses, climbing, pushing, going. The heart chakra has a very subtle yet powerful field, and it is multifaceted. It has multiple layers. Some of it is very intense, where you can feel super, super passionately in love, and likewise you can feel very intensively heartbroken, where literally you can feel that in your heart. And you know what I'm talking about. If you've been heartbroken before, your heart chakra can literally go into what feels like a knot. So we're not going there, this 444, hopefully, unless you're already there. And even with that, one of the most powerful tools is actually to feel into this more subtle fourth chakra energy. Some people do call this the Christ consciousness energy. It is more of a higher chakra down, top-down approach, bringing in God, cosmic energy, more light-coded energy, and bringing it into the heart. But it's so important to also access the feminine feelings here, to access those heartbreaks, those bruised moments of feeling left on the curb. Is, nothing heals until we heal it, and we always have the opportunity to go back, whether it be through ourselves or our current relationships. So I am thinking this would be a great time to get that journal on 444, or even right now, so you can get your goals all aligned and journal. To get warmed up for this exercise, you might want to start by journaling the things that your heart has been so grateful for creating this lifetime. The little blessings, such as feeling joyful about the cup of coffee you had this morning, or maybe it's something big like having a parent or a child or someone you know. But write those things to get your vibes high with the attitude of gratitude. And journal, what were your biggest heartbreaks? Like, what were the most embarrassing, painful, humiliating, heavy heartbreaks? Start with birth. It could be past lives even, if you have gone there. I'm a certified past life regression therapist, so contact me if you feel the urge to pull open some of those records, or write down all of your experiences that you can remember that were big heartbreaks in life. Maybe you didn't get into the dream college that you wanted to, or maybe you fell in love with a schoolgirl or boy and they didn't like you back, and they hung out with your brother when they came over to your house. Like, that happened to me in kindergarten. Write down all those memories. Just kind of page through your writing, maybe circle a couple of the memories, and then pick one or two to really focus on, because when you heal one memory, the other ones are going to start to heal. You'll pull some of your power back, and you don't have to heal every single one overnight. You have time for this. But while you're going for walks, while you're in your meditation, while you're going to sleep at night, you can kind of pull these memories open, and what you can do is rewrite them as if they're a positive timeline. So maybe that guy that stood me up curbside, I can go back in the memory and actually say no to the date and say, you know what, I think you're kind of a player, which he was. He had a girlfriend and cheated on her with many different women, I found out later. And after he invited me to Italy from California and I flew out, I found that out, that he was a big cheater. Oh, I was so naive in my 20s. So grateful I have an incredible partner now. And yet I had to do a lot of this healing work and working with my mentors and working on my self-esteem, going to therapy, studying transpersonal counseling, working as a shamanic healer, getting certified as a life coach. Oh my gosh, it's taken me so much to get to where I am today. And that's why I want to make it so much easier for you. So if you haven't already, please do subscribe to my channel. I offer videos every week or so. And I also offer complimentary workshops from time to time for women who are devoted to their spiritual evolution and their sacred union. It's been a delight to join you on this pre-444 portal from Indonesia, from Bali. Much love from our family to yours. Namaste, namasko.